Hi, and welcome to another International YouTube Collab. Please watch and find out where in the world we are this month.
Hi, I'm Charlie, and welcome to another International YouTube Collab. This month, we're in Egypt. Hashtag Taste of Egypt. Check out my co-collaborators. Their information is in the description box below. Egypt is located in the northeast corner of Africa. It is also part of Asia via the Sinai Peninsula, making it a transcontinental nation. Egypt is one of the cradles of civilization. Ancient Egypt gave us the pyramids of Giza and hieroglyphics, among other things. Egyptian cuisine comes from ancient traditions, Mediterranean influences, and access to the Nile River. Lots of legumes, vegetables, and grains like lentils, fava beans, rice, pasta, and usually seasoned with cumin, coriander, and garlic. So my entry into hashtag Taste of Egypt is Koshari. Koshari is a simple blend of grains, pasta, chickpeas, a lightly spiced tomato sauce that's balanced with a little vinegar. Crispy onions or add a little texture on top. It's Egyptian comfort at its finest and is a popular street food. So here we go, hashtag Taste of Egypt, and my entry, Koshari. All right, we're going to put together a spice mix. Spice mix we're going to use in a couple of the steps here. So starting here at the top, we've got 1 tablespoon of cumin. We've got 1 teaspoon of paprika, half a teaspoon of nutmeg, half a teaspoon of coriander, a teaspoon of cayenne pepper, and some black pepper. So we're going to mix these together, and that's going to form the spice mix that we're going to use in the tomato sauce, the rice, and we will put this together and we'll move over to the stove and start making our koshari. All right, next step is we're going to make the crispy onion topping. Quite simple. We're using olive oil's cousin, canola. About a half a cup in there, heated that. And these are some sliced onions that we're going to put in there. Slice them and then cut them in half so that'd be a good topping. We want these to be nice and crispy. And one of the tips that they tell you is to use a saucepan rather than a flat pan, because it's easier to get them crisp than it is in a flat pan. So we'll crisp these up, and when we're finished, we'll take them out, put them on a plate lined with a paper towel. You see they're starting to brown. So leave them here for another couple minutes. We want them to get nice and crispy and brown, and then we'll take them out. All right, we've got some crispy onions. We're going to take them out, but we're going to save the oil for the next step. So onions out, oil stays, and we're going to cook the lentils in this oil, so it's flavored by onions. All right, so we're going to let the onions set to the side. The next thing we're going to do is put 4 cups of water in to the oil. Water and oil. We want to get this to come to a boil. Now, earlier in my video career, I would have just put this as a blooper, but now it's just something I'm going to work through. So we'll bring this to a boil, and then we'll put our lentils in. All right, so our oil and water are boiling. So we've got 1 cup of lentils. Put those in, and a teeny bit of salt. All right, and we're going to let this cook for about 20 minutes until the lentils absorb all the moisture, and then we'll be back for the next step. Okay, while the lentils are cooking, we're going to season our rice. So this is about 2 cups of basmati rice. I'm going to take a little bit of our spice mix, put that around, All right. And then a little bit of salt. We want to mix this. This is going to be the base of the koshari. All right. We're going to set this aside, and layer upon layer. First layer is the rice. All right. I'm going to heat some oil here. So we have our lentils steaming. We've got our elbow macaroni. We've got our chickpeas, and we saw the rice. So here we're going to do the tomato sauce. So we have a very small chopped onion. We're going to saute that. This will be part of the base of the tomato sauce. An important part of this dish. All right, so to this onion, we're going to add several teaspoons of minced garlic. 1, 2, maybe just a tad more. All right, stir this in, nice and fragrant. And to this, we're going to add 2 tablespoons of the spice mixture. All right, a little salt. We've got a cinnamon stick, and this is a fresh bay leaf. Put that in. Again, stir it around. This is 2 cups of this plain tomato sauce. So we're going to cook this about 5 minutes. And as always, when we get to the end, don't forget the cinnamon stick or the bay leaf. Okay, it's been about 5 minutes. So we have some distilled white vinegar. Got 2 tablespoons. We'll put that in. And some crushed red pepper. The taste, put a little bit in. It does have cayenne in it from the spice mix. Stir this around. So we're going to cook this on low for about 10 minutes, and then we'll be ready to put our dish together. All right, we're ready to put the koshari together. So, in order, we put rice, lentils, macaroni, chickpeas, then our tomato sauce, and top it with both our crispy onions and a little bit of chopped parsley. All right, so bottom layer is, ooh, very hot. Okay. So this is typical Egyptian street food. All right. So that's our first layer is the basmati rice with a little spice mix on it. On top of that goes our lentils that we cooked for about 20 minutes or so. And next is our macaroni, elbow macaroni. That's going to go on top of the lentils, and that's hot too. Okay. A couple more, because it is pasta. Oh, you macaronis, get up there. All right, and some chickpeas go on top of the macaroni. It's going to get mixed together, so chickpeas, and then we spoon on some of our tomato sauce on top. Give it a little bit more. On top, a little bit of chopped parsley. Rice, lentils, macaroni, chickpeas. Oh! Forgot the crispy onions. Gotta have some crispy onions. All right. So give me just a minute, and I'm going to taste this. See how I did it. All right. So give it a taste. Supposed to mix it up. Tomato sauce, chickpeas, and crispy onions. The thing I taste the least is the lentils. Tomato sauce is very prevalent, very spicy. Rice is nicely spiced. Chickpeas, yeah. So all in all, very tasty. You can see why this would be an interesting street food in Cairo or anywhere else in Egypt. So thanks so much for watching another one of our international YouTube collabs. Every month we do a collab with a country somewhere in the world. Check us out next month to see where we are. So until then, thanks for watching.